Hey guys, major announcement. After much deliberation and brainstorming, I'm happy to announce that Ronnie's Reviews finally has a rating system. And I'll give you a hint. Matt Damon! That's right. From here on out, we'll be grading movies with Matt Damons. 5 Matt Damons being the best, 1 Matt Damon being the worst. So I was tossing it around in my head for so long and I couldn't figure it out, and then it struck me that this is really the only logical option. Alright, so welcome to Ronnie's Reviews. Today we are going to talk about The Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is PG-13, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, and also the lovely Gemma Arterton. The lovely Gemma Arterton. Did you know that she was born with 6 fingers on each hand? What? I believe the scientific term for it is polydactyly. Right. Well, whatever it's called. She's definitely the cutest circus freak I've ever seen. What's wrong with you two? Okay, so Prince of Persia. Mind you, I watched this movie as a non-gamer. I'm not huge into video games. I play Nintendo Wii. I play with my Wii. I know a lot of people were excited about this movie. For me, I'm not into the games. I'm not a big video game kind of person. And I wasn't really expecting much from this film. The previews to me just looked hokey. You know, for me, having seen the previews in the past weeks, I was expecting something along the par of, you know, the Mummy franchise. And you know what? That's exactly what I got, unfortunately. And for those of you who are fans of this game, I'm sorry, you're not going to like this review. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for me at all. It felt like it was rushed through, you know. A lot of the dialogue was bad. A lot of the situations were really just cornball. The effects were mediocre at best. Overall, it just felt like, to me, that they rushed making this movie. It just felt like they wanted to get through it and they wanted to get it filmed and cut, get some special effects in there and some explosions, some big graphics, and it'll be okay. And it wasn't. It really, like, I didn't care about any of what was happening. I mean, there were some cool, you know, a couple of cool action scenes, you know, a couple cool fight scenes. The parkour was cool. I always like watching parkour. But yeah, I mean, just this movie just did not do anything for me at all. You know, I mean, the things I liked about it, Gemma Arterton, Gemma, the girl with the 6 fingers. She's got very good presence on screen, and actually Jake Gyllenhaal did a pretty decent job with what he had to work with. The accent was I thought was very believable. Sir Ben Kingsley, of course, is always is always great. The standout performance for me, actually, in this movie was Alfred Molina. He provided a lot of the levity and the comic relief. Made me chuckle a few times, but overall, this movie just wasn't working. It wasn't working for me. Too corny, too rushed. Really, and I hate to say it, it's really, you know, your typical summer movie fare. Big budget, a lot of effects, and not much else. As far as grading goes, this movie gets 2 Matt Damons. And you know what? I wanted to give it more because you know, a lot of people were really excited about this movie. But I can't, in good conscience, do that. It was crap. He's right. It was kinda. Okay, so the rental of the week is a movie called Moon from 2009. Moon is rated R and stars the awesome Sam Rockwell. Now, I'm a big fan of Sam Rockwell. He never disappoints in anything that I've seen him in. Moon is a sci-fi flick. For those of you who are true science fiction buffs, I think you'll like this. And I'm not talking about science fantasy. Science fantasy, we're talking more like, you know, things like Star Trek and Star Wars and along that line. Science fantasy. Science fiction, you know, we're talking about things like 2001, Soylent Green, the original Solaris, even as recently as Sunshine. Those are more science fiction. Now, I really like this movie, Moon. It's quality sci-fi, guys. For those of you who are fans of this genre, it is quality sci-fi. It's got everything that a great science fiction movie has. You know, it's very pensive. It's slow paced. It really makes you think. It really gets the gears going upstairs. It cooks your noodle. So yeah, this movie is really a treat to watch for all sci-fi fans out there. So Sam Rockwell, he's on the moon, been up there for 3 years by himself. Okay. Some people might find it kind of slow, but it's kind of typical of good science fiction. When you look at something like 2001, that was very slowly paced. It happens to be my favorite movie of all time. And that's just really characteristic of the genre. What's great about it is, like I said, it really gets in your head. It really gets in your head, and also manages to tug at a few heartstrings. You really go on this journey of discovery with the character in this movie, and that's what I really like about it. So, like I said, good sci-fi, and I'm a big fan of sci-fi when it's done correctly. Definitely highly recommend watching this one, and I'm happy to say that this movie gets 4.5 Matt Damons. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. But tune in next week until for more reviews. Until then, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to rate. This is Ronnie Cruz signing out, and remember, when you go to a movie, please dispose of your trash in the proper receptacles. Right, well, whatever it is, she's definitely the cutest circus freak I've ever seen. Right, well, whatever it is, she's definitely the cutest circus freak I've ever seen. Matt Damon.